Hi, I'm Joanne May again, and I'm here to tell you about some of the equipment that you'll need to be able to play your viola. We talked about taking the viola out of the case. I'm going to do that again right now. I have my case open. Remember to hold it securely with your left hand, and actually helping with the right hand is a good idea too. As I'm holding my viola, I'm thinking about what are the things that it will need in order for me to be able to play. One is a good chin rest that fits you. This chin rest is named chin rest, but it's really not where your chin goes. We don't play like this. This actually should probably be called a jaw rest. So you will be finding where your jawbone is, and that's what goes right over the lip of the chin rest. I'll still call it a chin rest, but it's always going to be my jawbone holding. When I have a good shape of a chin rest, then I can hold the instrument better. So you'll want to talk to your music store and ask them for something that's going to work very well with the chin rest for you. And another thing that I want you to think about is the size of your instrument. Violas come in kid sizes. So this one happens to be a 15-inch viola. It's measured by the length of the body right here. Other violas can be smaller and others can be larger. When I put the viola in playing position and I have my jaw over the jaw rest, I will reach around here, and I can almost reach all the way around the scroll when my arm is straight. That's a good gauge to see if your arm is long enough for the viola, and that's something that your music store can also help you with to get you the right size. Another thing that we'll need is a shoulder rest. Shoulder rests come in all sorts of varieties. You might find little sponges, you might find bigger wedged sponges, you might find some shoulder rests that are mechanical like this. This one is a Kuhn brand that is very popular, lots of people use this, and it has a really soft sponge on it. So what I will do is turn my viola upside down in my lap. Now this is a time when you want to make sure it's not going to fall out of your lap. I have the scroll and the neck to the left hand side. And now I'm ready to put my shoulder rest on. It has two clips of feet, and these are rubber so they won't damage the wood. I take the low end, you see one end is low and one end is higher, and I will take the low end to put it on the outside of the lip of the viola, and I'll slide it up, and then I will hold that whole thing on while I slide the other end up. And because the viola is wide, I can get it so that it comes up and it's really tight. So that way I have a very good secure shoulder rest. Some shoulder rests like this one tip one way and the other. So you want to find a shoulder rest that will be in the right position for you and the shape of your shoulder. And then when I put it up here, it helps me to hold it a little bit flatter. We don't want to be leaning this way, but more in a flatter position. So that is another piece of equipment your music store can help you with. And then the last couple of things I have in here are for the bow. So I want you to look at the bow. I'm going to actually lay my viola back down right with the shoulder rest on for now. And I will take the bow out. Now it's secured at this end where the tip is, and it's secured with a little lock mechanism. I just have to turn it so that it goes this direction instead of up and down. And I will pull it out first at this end where the lock is, and then I will slide it this way. And that way I won't damage the bow when I take it out. One thing to know about the bow is these are real hairs. They're made from the tail of a horse, and they are combed and bleached, and they take very much care when they put it onto the bow. So we don't ever want to touch the hairs with our fingers or our hand. So it's very important to hold the bow just with this black piece down here, which is called a frog. And if you are holding it by the frog or the stick, you can touch the stick all the way up and down, but don't touch the hairs, because the little bit of oil that is in your skin will get on the hairs, and then it will attract dirt and then it doesn't make a very good sound. Finally, when it's time for us to learn how to hold the bow and play with it, we will be putting some rosin on the bow. I'm going to just show you the rosin so that you can see what it is, but you won't be needing it right at the beginning. When I open this up, you'll see that it looks a little bit like what gymnasts use. It's a powdery white substance, but it is not done in a powder form for string players. All the string instruments use rosin. It's a sticky substance, but it is, the way we use it is we rub it onto the hairs to get it to be a little bit sticky, and that helps for the hairs when they draw across the string to make a good sound. So I'm going to put all of these things back in my case now. I have the rosin I'm putting away, and I have my bow. I'm going to be tightening and loosening the bow. And as I put things away, don't forget the cleaning cloth. I'm going to actually wipe down. It's okay to touch the cloth on the hairs because there's no oil in the cloth. I will put the tip in first, then I will put the latched part locked in. Next, I will put my viola upside down on my lap, take off my shoulder rest, hold on to the viola, set the shoulder rest in my case, and then I'm ready to wipe off the strings, wipe off the viola, put it back in its place, and then don't forget to put the Velcro down. And then my cloth is the last thing that I put in. So those are the pieces of equipment you will be needing. In our next video, we will be talking with you about tuning, so you might be thinking about having one of your parents watch or an older sibling who can help you with the tuning.